Welcome to Out the Trunk with Jordan and Darius. I'm Darius. That's D's all up in your area on all socials.
And I'm Jordan. That's Jordy be writing on all socials.
It's our sports segment. The NBA Finals start tomorrow, June 3rd. Just stated the podcast on accident. Sorry about that. We're gonna, recap the Western Conference Finals because they just ended, and then give you guys our predictions for the NBA Finals. So I will go to you. Game 7 was Saturday night. What'd you think about it?
Um, it's interesting because the game was pretty nip and tuck for the most part. But I just never felt like OKC was going to win that game.
Yeah.
It's just the texture of the game, the kind of the way that everything flowed. San Antonio came out, hit him right in the mouth right away, making a lot of threes, played with confidence, especially on the road. I was like, oh, this is not a good sign. Um, I was surprised that Wemby didn't play. I won't say didn't play better, but he didn't score more. I thought he was going to have one of those kind of monster games. But he's also so inconsistent offensively. It was either he was going to drop 40 or 20, which he pretty much dropped 22, so pretty close to that. Um, yeah, I mean, I was really just surprised the way San Antonio's role players played, to be honest. They always say role players play better at home than on the road, and it felt like in Game 7 that was the reverse. I mean, obviously, OKC had a lot of injuries, but it was still pretty shocking. And also, I'm just very relieved that we do not have to watch those foul hunting demons play for 2 more weeks.
Y'all drag it a little bit, man. Shay's, I mean, listen, look, I mean, obviously, I don't co-sign a lot of the flopping and stuff like that,
Yeah,
but he balled out in Game 7. He dropped 35. He wasn't
he did. He
flailing
was
around.
hooping.
He does do a lot, but y'all also just be dragging it a little. It's a lot of social contagion with that, where everyone's just like, I hate him. Why? Because I'm supposed to. Like, and I don't. I get it. He's not. A lot of his defenders forget that like this isn't like what I'm entertained by is not a meritocracy. Like all of the
Right.
people are like, well, you guys are being unfair to him. It's like, okay, but like here's the thing. He's two-time MVP. He's on a supermax
Correct.
contract. He's first team all NBA, all-star. He's got all the objective like evaluations of his game out the way. But I don't
Correct.
have to like it. Like that's the part. I get
No.
to be subjective about what I enjoy watching. If people don't like watching them, you can't
Yeah.
bully them into doing it.
Not at all. No. Like
He's
I
not.
respect his game. He's incredible,
Yeah.
but I just don't like watching him play. I'm not like, oh, let me see what he's doing tonight.
No,
That's just
I
not the
mean,
effect he has on basketball fans.
yeah, I mean, and this is the thing, man. It's like, you know, Kyrie Irving sold more shoes than Tim Duncan. He's not better, and so
Right.
people don't have to like watching him. I don't mind him. The flopping is it tightened up in the sense that like I just think the refs stopped calling it, so we stopped trying it.
Yeah.
And like I blame refs more than the players because like you just stop calling it.
Correct.
You know who he is. You
Eh,
know what he's doing. Just
Right.
stop. Like what is so
And
hard
that's
about
but and
this?
that's the biggest reason behind the fans' ire for him is because most fans don't know all the refs' names, and the
Yeah.
refs change from game to game. So it's like, all right, I'm just gonna point it at you because you're the guy
Right.
who's getting over on these guys, or that they're letting do this. Um,
And at the end of the day, I
and then
mean
of course,
that's what it's for.
right, exactly. And then, social media we did drag it a little bit. It is fun to get these jokes off. But then there was the ref who was wearing his shoes, and then there was the picture of Tony Brothers laughing with Lou Dort. You know what I mean? And so just it all painted a very unflattering picture.
Yeah, I watched the game at the crib. I thought Wemby played great. I thought Shea played great. I just think
Yeah.
the Thunder ran out of guys. Their second best player was hurt. Chet looked fucking terrified. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be a while for Chet to shake that stink because I am
Yeah, man. Um,
that was
you think they're gonna
nasty.
trade him?
No, I don't think they'll trade him. That's not out of like that's the only thing I could see is if like something happened where Joker wanted to, Denver wanted to reset that way, but I don't see it.
Mhm.
Trade him for who? It's like if you were to construct a
They're
player in the
saying they could
lab,
get Giannis.
Giannis, no, hell no, hell no. Giannis can't shoot. He's 32. He has multiple leg injuries. He
Bad
makes
news.
$1 million. Like that's not OKC style. And I just don't.
Yeah.
Someone made the good point. Is like Giannis looking real like post Orlando Dwight Howard in the sense that like
Mm.
I don't know. And then people keep they auto like he's a top five player in the NBA and like he hasn't been out of the first round since COVID. Are we
Yeah,
sure?
bro.
Are we still sure about that? And it's
And outside of that one, not 1 year, like outside of him winning the championship, he has a lot of first round exits. we just kind of let it slide that he lost to an 8 seed as a 1 seed. Like
Yeah.
nobody ever really talks about
And
that.
he
I don't
went
really
to
know how that.
the press conference that says, this isn't the season isn't a failure. And it's like contrast that with SGA basically saying, yeah, we failed.
We
I came here
failed.
to win a championship and we failed.
We
Like, that guy is
failed.
not going to
Yeah,
fit in with Oklahoma's culture. It's not like Sam Presti to
true.
import large
That is
personalities.
also true.
I just don't see it. I think that is NBA 2K brain. Furthermore, these
Pipe
large
dream.
superstar trades don't work. When's the last time one led to a championship?
Yeah,
It's just nah. I think they're gonna look at it like we had a max contract player hurt. He didn't play. AJ
right.
Mitchell, another starter, didn't play, and we took the best
Yep.
player in the world to seven. And it was undecided until about 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Right.
So,
And Chet was a complete no show. So
and I mean, Chad might
they
as
have
well
a
have
lot
stayed
of
in the
grace they
locker
can give
room,
themselves.
right? And
Correct.
so, do I think? I think they shouldn't rest on their laurels, but
No,
I don't think a panic trade's in there. So.
I hear you.
Got yesterday's news out of the way. The NBA Finals start tomorrow. Knicks versus Spurs. Spurs have home court advantage. San Antonio. So who you got?
I got uh I got Spurs in six. I got Wemby winning his first championship. Um which goes against everything I believe in because I just don't trust young teams in the playoffs, but this dude is different and this team is different. These young guys don't really play like young guys. Dylan Harper's got kind of an old soul the way he plays, especially also who his father is. Um, you got Popovich kind of whispering in Miss Johnson's ear. And also I just think they're just too explosive at their best. I think their shooters are really good. They don't have specialists. They have a lot of two-way guys who can do multiple things. I don't know who the fuck's gonna guard Wimby.
Oh, they got
um,
dogs. I'll get to it later, but
yeah. I mean, Mitch Robinson, he could maybe do some make things a little challenging for him. I will say though, what's interesting about this matchup is him, Wimby, and Cat is because like in the low post, you can if you lean on him, Wimby gets rattled pretty easily by physicality, and then also it's an interesting matchup because Cat they have one of the few bigs in the league who can pull Wimby away from the basket, so it's going to be kind of an interesting chess match there. Um, but if you have Cat at any point guarding Wimby, I think that's a problem because of the way he fouls, and that
he
could
is
work
a
in Spurs'
hack.
favor as
He is
well.
such a hack.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So,
he walk out the locker room
um,
with three fouls.
right. He's gonna get 2 fouls in the first quarter tomorrow.
Uh, I've watched Cat, him being in Minnesota since he was a rook, and he's a
Yeah,
dog now, man. He's grown on me.
yeah. He's
I
really
got
good.
I got the Spurs at 6-2, but I think the Knicks can win this. I do. I think Cat can pull Wemby away from the basket. Cat can box Wemby out. Cat can make Wemby work in a way that Chet's capable.
Didn't.
He just refused to try. Chet was
Yeah,
terrified. And I don't think Cat will be terrified. Quiet as is kept, Cat's been with the Wolves, he went to the conference finals twice. With the Knicks, he's been to the
yep,
conference finals, been to the NBA finals. Like, he's a playoff vet at this point. Mitchell Robinson
yeah,
is six hard fouls for Wemby. I think they could switch OG and Anobi on him and give him, some work there. I mean, nothing's going
yeah.
to stop him. He's the best player in the world, but I think the Knicks
Correct.
have the bodies to make him work for
Make it
it.
challenging.
They got the wings on for Castle and Harper and De'Aaron Fox, and De'Aaron Fox is still working with that ankle, which is
True.
he's playing, but you can tell he's a step slow. And between
Hmm.
OG and McHale and Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson, now Brunson's a traffic cone, but you know
Right.
it's just I think the Knicks can win. I think if
Hmm.
gun to my head, why would there be? I don't know, but right now I would pick the. I was wondering that. Why is there a gun to my head?
Right. Why is it? Why,
This seems like a really
why isn't it
low
just a
stakes
safe
reason.
ultimatum?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
such a dramatic ass ultimatum. But no,
Right.
if I'm forced to choose right now, put money on the line, I would say Spurs in six.
Okay.
But I think the Knicks can do it. The problem is that they haven't played in nine
They'd have to beat
days.
him up.
Haven't
Yeah.
played in 9 days, but they're rested, and the Spurs guys are a little banged up. So yeah, I don't know. I got
Mhm.
Spurs in six. So
Okay.
this goes without saying, but we have to ask anyway for the pod. Who you think is going to win the MVP if you have the Spurs win the NBA Finals?
Luke Cornett, man. I
Yeah.
think he's gonna really show up big time.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, yeah, Wemby's gonna have to. Well, not have to be. I think, you know, yeah, I got Wemby winning Finals MVP, but I wouldn't be surprised if like Vassell won it though. I'm not gonna lie.
I
I
just
think it's gonna
don't.
come. This series is gonna come down to guard play too. I'm really interested to see how the guards match up with each other and who outperforms who. Because I think that I just think the Spurs guards are better offensively and more consistent than New York's guards are. I mean, obviously outside of Brunson, but you know,
I just think the cultural norms around the NBA are such that the best player on the championship team wins the Finals MVP. It's just like they
yeah,
don't. I mean, if the Thunder won, the best player in that series would have been Alex Caruso. But like
Caruso,
they were
yeah.
never like it was the SGA's award. Like that's
Hmm.
just what they do in the like the it's like the biggest piece of chicken, the Chris Rock joke. If you're the best
Right.
player on the team, you get the Finals MVP, except for the year Iguodala won it
I'm about
because
to say
everyone
aside from Andre Iguodala,
and that was just because they were afraid of LeBron. Like they just
they
that was back
didn't want to
when
give it to him.
they
Yeah,
were this they didn't want to give it to LeBron because it's no one like people don't understand like
it
structurally
sends a bad message.
it sends a bad message. It's like structurally, you're gonna go like present an award in the losing locker room. Like it just doesn't like logistically, how is this
Like,
gonna
how does that
work?
work? Bring him
Yeah.
out to the,
Is he supposed to
to
come out into the confetti to take the finals MVP award? Like
right.
you have to give it to someone on the
You
winning
can't do
team.
that. You
Yeah,
can
you just
only do
can't
that
do
when there's
that.
no cameras, which is why they're able to do it with Jerry West.
Yeah, like you can't logistically and they're like obligated to accept the reward. You just it's a
Right. You
dick
can't
thing to
say
do.
no.
And it's just like no, you can't have
Right.
someone leave the losing locker room and be like, "Thank you, I love you guys." Duck all
Thanks,
the other
guys.
team. It's just
We'll try better next year.
yeah, this isn't a video game. Like it just doesn't work. And
Right.
so it always goes to the best player on the winning team, and so it's going to be
Correct.
maybe if the Spurs win it. Just like um depending on how it goes, I could see maybe Cat winning it over Brunson,
Mm.
but like I think Cat's the best player
Yeah.
on their team right now. So it just doesn't. Yeah,
Right. I feel like that's a part of the narrative people are kind of like overlooking. They're like, see, Brunson Sean, you can't be a small guard and be a number one option. It's like he's
he's
not
not
really
the
the
number
number
one
one option.
option. Like,
He's the closer, but he's not the number one option.
yeah, I mean, it's that's yeah, like Kyrie won a championship, but LeBron was there. Like no
Right.
one's saying small guards can't win a championship. They just can't win it
Yeah.
as the focal point
The
of
lead
the
dog and your
team.
best player.
Yeah, like it's.
Yeah.
I think Cat's the best player on that team right now, and so the whole
Correct.
argument against old girl in Las Vegas, Stacey
Becky
Hammond or
Hammond.
Becky Hammond is
Yeah.
moot because he's not like when she said that Cat wasn't on the team. So,
Right.
but people are like, it's sexism, it's this. Okay, I get that, but at the end of the day, she's a big girl. She said something on TV. It's
Yeah.
it's been clearly proven false in a way. She can handle it. It's not that big of a deal.
She was a good sport about it. She's like, I mean, if I'm wrong, okay.
I'll be like, I just went with 80 years of precedent. Sorry.
Right.
So let me ask you this: if the Knicks do
Yeah.
win, what's your vision for how that could happen? Who would have to play out of their minds? How would that work? How would it
And what
happen?
pick? Okay, okay. Paint the picture basically. Okay. I mean, I got if the Knicks win it, obviously Brunson would have to be huge. We know Cat's obviously gonna have to show up. I think Mikal Bridges would have to play like he's worth the picks that he got traded for.
Well,
I'm
I mean,
thinking
he got traded for like the picks that Kevin Durant got traded for. So I don't know if he'll
right.
ever. What a
I
bizarre
think
trade.
yeah, I think you probably need a really cold shooting night from the Spurs, one or two cold shooting nights, somebody having some crucial turnovers late in the game, possibly an injury or
That's
someone
what I
just
was
like
gonna say.
being
Like,
limited.
I don't
Um,
wish an injury, but
but
like
somebody's gonna get hurt probably.
if Fox re-aggravated his ankle and Stephen Castle had to go
Right.
back to being the lead ball handler where he's
Then
just
that's a problem.
he's dribbling it off his foot again. Man, he be doing
Yeah.
some dumb shit on the court. We just forget
Bro,
about it.
I'd be like, dog, did you get possessed by the spirit of Russell Westbrook? What the hell is happening here?
A little bit, he has a lot of rust in his game.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Spurs have played in a 6-game series, a 7-game series. Wimby
In a
has gone
5 game
against
series.
Wemby just played like a rough 7 game series. That
Right.
6 game war against Rudy Gobert and Naz Reid wasn't easy. He felt a long time ago, but like he got
Yeah.
banged up there. So Wemby wears down.
Hmm.
Stephen Castle spends 1 game with 10 turnovers. The Knicks steal one that way.
Yeah.
And like all their players just play out of their mind. OG is,
Hmm.
he has one of those games where he's just like 8 for 10 from three, and he
Because
just can't
he's
miss.
liable to just drop 25 one
Yeah.
game randomly.
So the Knicks win 2 games straight up, just, it's basketball. Then they win a
Right.
third game where OG just turns into a he's on fire character. He hits eight
Hmm.
threes. And then,
Yeah, maybe
game
Suni
seven,
Lee shows
anything
up
can
to the
happen.
game.
Yeah, a game seven, anything can happen. So that's my vision
Yeah.
for it is like they have one of those role player games where everyone just, the whole team goes, 28 from 40 from three, and they just
Right.
can't miss. So
Yeah, I mean, it had to basically be like, in the joke is like a script. Like, let's say the script would have to basically be Spurs win game one, they have the momentum, they're at home, whatever. They get a little complacent, make some sloppy in game two. Knicks take that one. Knicks take game three, first game in the finals game in the Garden since, fuck 99. Um, they take that one. Spurs bounce back, win game four. Game five at home, role players maybe feel a little bit of pressure. They blow that one. Spurs win, or Knicks would have to probably win game six straight up. I don't think they win game seven on the road. That's the way
although
it'd have to
like
go.
I meant to ask you that during the Western Conference Finals where they just won game seven on the road. Like, why do you think like because home court
Mm,
advantage just isn't what it used to be? Um,
yeah.
why do you think like what
Which is
do
weird
you
because
have any
OKC is
theories
a
for why that is?
legendary home. Yeah, that's the crazy one because that's part of why I mean I picked Spurs in seven, but I kind of forgot that it'd be on the road. I'm not really sure.
I have some theories if you want me to go.
I mean,
Uh,
for one, the pricing they made it so that like normal fans can't go to the games anymore, so the fans are not as good
I
or
just
as
reject that premise. I don't.
enthusiastic.
I think the
But that
idea
happened in
that
the Lakers series.
I think the idea that sports fans are working class is just a bit dated. There,
Well,
there are some I don't know. I think you could be passionate about sports and have money. I don't think those are
for
mutually
sure.
exclusive things. And I think that whole idea that to be a real sports fan,
You gotta
I think that
take the
may have
subway
been
to
the
games
case.
and
Yeah, I think that may have been the case 20, 30 years
mhm.
ago, but like society in general has gotten a lot richer.
Yeah.
And, I see those ticket prices, don't get me wrong, but I just
Mhm.
think, a lot of Americans have a lot of money and the people in the suburbs care about sport. It's not just the suits in the there are plenty, if you are I don't know, a, you work, if you, New York City Sanitation Department and you
Right.
cleared 90 bands a year before overtime
Hmm.
and you work your overtime, you can afford Knicks tickets. But you're
Yeah.
not it's like
Yeah.
people have money is what I'm trying to get at. Like it's not like this idea
Yeah.
that sports fans are actually broke and that's why no, I think the theory I believe in the Tinder theory or I don't know what the kids use now to swipe.
Okay.
Players no longer have to go outside to get laid. They can just have it basically delivered. So they're not out partying into all these hours of the night,
Oh,
which
okay,
means they're
okay.
rested for the next day.
Right.
I believe
That's
it was
fair.
Tom Habestraw who wrote a long piece about that, about home field
That's
advantage
funny.
is withering away because, when you land in the city, you don't have to go to
Instagram.
Instagram, whatever, swiping apps. Like you could just, oh, I'm in
Yeah.
this room, whoop, whoop, I'll send you an Uber. You don't have to go to the
Hmm.
club and pick up women anymore. You can
That's true.
and
That's true.
then
That's a
you're
good
not
point.
out till 3 in the morning. You're getting your rest,
Yep. That's a
and
good
so on
point.
and so forth. I think referees are less because they're more scrutinized and they have the 2 minute report. They're less likely to be persuaded by home crowds,
The home
and so
court.
like a
Yep.
lot of that home court advantage gets evaporated.
That's a
And
good one. That's true.
yeah, I think well, I was gonna say that everyone's so optimized and efficient now.
Yeah.
But that kind of plays into the first one. So I
Okay.
strongly believe in the tenderification of home court advantage, where it's like, the players at home, they with their families, they can't, they just
Right. They
resting
can't.
up. But the players who are on the
Yeah.
road, They like shit. What
Their
the
D
game
list
ain't till
leaving
seven
Powell.
o'clock tomorrow. And like when you're young, you're not trying to hear how,
Right.
you know, you're gonna be less effective if you're even a little hungover. And so you go out, and what do you do
Hmm.
when you go out? You have some drinks, you eat, you're out till 2 in the morning, you bring the girls back to your
Right. You
room,
order
y'all
more
party
food.
until 4, and now you just
Yeah.
like be here at 9, you out by 10:30, I'm in my rest.
Yep.
You know, so
True.
uh anything, any
That's
final
a good point.
shots, any final points before
Uh,
I don't know what to say. Any final points about the series?
any final thoughts? I'm actually looking forward to this finals. I think it's going to be a good one. Two teams who have never, haven't been there yet. Spurs ain't been in since haven't been in what 12 years. Knicks ain't been, 30 years basically. Um, it'll be great to see kind of the old relics of our childhood be at the games. Pat Ewing, they're all the Melo and all of them. They're going to be there at the games. All the old Spurs guys are going to be there, so it'll be cool to see the alumni support. It gives it kind of a bit of a college feel.
Yeah.
Um, which I do love in the NBA now. I think it's great for the league having the Knicks in the finals. I'm not rooting for them necessarily, but basketball's better when New York and LA and Philly and so on and so forth are doing well.
If you told Adam
Uh,
Silver on
um,
April 1st, who would you like you gave him truth serum and said, I'm not wearing a
yeah,
wire. Who do you want in the finals? He'd
right.
have said Spurs Knicks. Like
Yes, yeah, best player in the world, heir apparent. It's a
and the
goat
biggest
debate. It
market
looks
in the
like,
world.
yeah, and the
And
biggest market in the world.
the biggest market
Um,
is starved, and both arenas are going
yes.
to be rocking because the
Hmm.
Spurs they always rock, and the Knicks they
Yeah.
always rock, and it's just like, yeah, he's very happy.
Yeah.
ESPN is
This
very
is.
happy.
Oh, for sure.
After last year's OKC Indiana, which I don't really care about markets. I don't. It's not my money. I just want to
Right.
watch good games. But like, if you were, those are rough. That was a rough draw. Even though the series
Yeah.
is good, you know.
True.
So
Yes, I think it's great for the league. I think it's great for fans, especially getting new fans. Apparently kids love Wemby and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's important for it to help grow the game. International player, in the NBA finals against, again, the biggest, in the greatest city in the world, so, I think it's really great for the league.
yeah, New York City isn't for me, but man, I get why people love it. If you like,
Yeah.
it really is like when they say it's a city that never sleeps. I've been in a lot of cities in the United States. It's the only one that like felt alive. When you touch
Yeah.
down, it
Yeah.
just feels alive.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I got just to put a bow on it, Knicks and or Spurs and 6, but it's great for the league. Wemby is a super duper star. I don't
Yeah.
believe they're playing with house money like people say because we thought we thought OKC would be back, we thought the Nuggets would be back, we thought the Celtics would be back.
Yeah.
Like these things are not as they're not sure things,
They're not guaranteed, man.
and so you
Yeah,
got
we
to
were talking
take
this
care
at
of
the
it.
bar over the weekend. I remember when 2012 Thunder Heat. I thought they were going to be trading championships for the next 5 years,
Yeah.
and the Thunder never got back or haven't gotten back since until last year. So this shit is not promised. Wemby has a bright career, but the truth is, it's not promised because we don't know that he's going to be back.
Yeah. Well, you
So
just
I
look
hope.
at it, it's like Oklahoma City, we thought they were going this long run, and now,
Yep.
Cason Wallace made some comments about how he,
Yeah.
wanted the ball a little bit
He want to
more,
go.
and so he's
They
due
let
a
Lou Dort
raise.
go.
Lou Dort, but like Lou Dort is SGA's guy. They played on the Canadian national team together. They've been there
Right.
since day
The
one
whole
together.
time.
So that's complicated. And like,
Yep.
what if Chet just sucks? Like that's possible. Like what if he's
Yeah.
just not who we thought he was?
Or what
That
if he never
happens.
recovers
Right.
psychologically from this series?
Yeah, what if that was his Ben Simmons
What if this
moment?
is
So
his Nick
like
Anderson moment?
right.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't know. So I know the
Nah.
Spurs look young and I know the future's bright and I know they got a gang of dogs on that team. But, you
Yeah.
know, what if what if next year Dylan Harper just takes off, makes second team All NBA, and
And
Stephon
wants to get
Castle's
paid.
like, I just no, or just Stephon Castle's like, I
Yeah.
don't want to be a third option. I'm a like, so it win it
Yeah,
while you're
I
here.
agree.
That's what I got. So
Correct.